What's going on YouTube? This is Necrostevo and it's time for a narrated Wi-Fi battle video. I hope you guys are doing well. I feel like I might actually finally be back on my schedule. It's been a little while, so it's always nice to return back from whence you came. No, that sounds morbid. We're gonna ignore that. Today's match is a Passerby battle I had against someone named Mark. And I really am happy that Nintendo implemented this function in the game, because I get some really good matches from Passerbys. Anyways, though, you see from the team preview, of course, he has a Sun team with Ninetales, Victory Bell, Jumpluff. So I wanted to play carefully around that. Getting up Stealth Rocks was very important in this match because he had several things weak to them, and no spinner. So I wanted to get those up, and then bring in, of course, my Spect Delphox here just to take on Ferrothorn. I figured I could trick him my choice specs to shut down some of his options some, and then if he wanted to switch on into Torkoal, which I thought he might, I could use a free set of leftovers because that's the item Torkoal normally has. And so I give him specs, which is a little annoying in case he wants to go for a Lava Plume, but I think I can take that coming from Torkoal's kind of paltry special attack. I did expect him to go for Rapid Spin because his team really doesn't like rock, so I bring in Trevenant, and now he's locked on Rapid Spin. I could have gone for Will-O-Wisp, or I could have gone for Leech Seed, and I knew he had 2 grass types, and he has, of course, 2 fire types. And I opted for Leech Seed just because there are more Pokemon on his team that would not like the Leech Seed. He predicts that it looks like it goes into Jumpluff, and I wanted to see what type of Jumpluff it is, or was, I guess, so I decided to just stay in, and he actually encores me back into Leech Seed, which I don't actually end up caring too much about. It does allow him to put up Sunny Day, which is extremely annoying, but I know that he is probably the set where he probably can't touch me. Of course, Sleep Powder doesn't affect grass types, and he can't Leech Seed me back, so he probably is Sunny Day, Leech Seed, U-turn, Sleep Powder, and so that means I'm just going to stay in here and keep on going for Leech Seed, not only waste the turns of his Sun, but also just to see what his team options are. Now my Encore ends as he goes on into Victory Bell. I am expecting the Weather Ball from Victory Bell because since it is sunny, it will turn into a Fire type move. And of course, with the weather being up, Weather Ball's base power is doubled. So based on the damage that Weather Ball did, being boosted by the sun, being a Fire type move, and the base power doubled, to my special wall, of course, Meowstic, I'm thinking that this is probably a mixed Victory Bell, because if he were completely special, that would have done a little bit more. Now, I could have gone back into Trevenant expecting that Sleep Powder, but I was kind of afraid he would just Weather Ball again, and so I'm going to paralyze Victory Bell just to cut down on that Chlorophyll speed some. He does go for Growth, which kind of cements the fact that he's probably mixed. And I don't really want to take a physical attack with my Harbinger because he's more of a special wall. I unfortunately actually am going to end up sleeping all 3 turns, which is pretty annoying. I'm normally able to avoid sleep relatively well here in 6th gen, but when I do fall asleep, I normally end up sleeping all 3 turns. Not the best state to be in right there. Now, I was trying to just wake up so I could set up some screens. He did have +2 attack, +2 special attack. He switches out into Ferrothorn, probably just to put up some entry hazards. And that's fine with me. I actually am now finally going to wake up, put up a light screen. And he sets up some spikes. Spikes are okay. As long as he doesn't get up too many layers of those, I can deal with that relatively easily. The sunlight fades because I spent that entire time in there asleep, so that worked out. Now he has to put the sun back up, or at the very least bring in Ninetales to take some Stealth Rock damage. Now, expecting him to keep on spiking the floor right on up, I decided to take this one last opportunity to go into Delphox because I knew if he got up another layer, then I could not switch Delphox in without it being KO'd. And I knew he was probably going to switch. I didn't know to what. Maybe Torkoal again. I didn't actually think it through. I could have gone for Psyshock, especially since I no longer have my specs. Because if he had switched an Arcanine and it had Flash Fire alongside Extreme Speed, that would have been pretty annoying. So Psyshock would have been a more optimal play right there. But I just went for the safe Flamethrower, and I am able to knock out Torkoal because Torkoal does not have very good special defense. He probably was also just Death Watering it, kind of to see what I was going to do, because Torkoal really couldn't do much at that point either. Now he does actually end up going out into Arcanine, knocking me out with the Extreme Speed, which is fine. I'm going to get an opportunity to go out into Meowstic here, whom I know can take a Life Orb Extreme Speed just because of my HP investment. And I'm going to get a chance to set up a Reflect. This is extremely important because I need Reflect to take not only the attacks from Arcanine, but at least 1 or 2 other Pokemon on his team, assuming, of course, that the Victory Bell has Power Whip or something like that, and of course Ferrothorn probably has Power Whip or Gyro Ball. He finishes me off with another Extreme Speed, which is okay. Meowstic definitely was a great boon to have this match, so I didn't want to go down without letting those, at least the Reflect, go up. And now that the Reflect is up, I know I can take any attack from Arcanine. If he wants to go for Flare Blitz, I have Reflect up and Thick Fat. And of course with the Reflect up, his Extreme Speed is not going to do much damage, and I'll be able to KO him with my own move. And unfortunately, I miss Icicle Crash, and he's able to set up his 3rd layer of spikes, I believe that is, his 2nd or 3rd layer. And that's annoying that I missed that Icicle Crash, because now he's going to have a lot more HP than he would have had otherwise. I could have gone for Earthquake again, but I didn't want to go for Earthquake because I was thinking his Ninetales probably had an air balloon, which is pretty common. So I actually end up popping the air balloon with Icicle Crash, which is fine by me. I didn't know if he would try to burn me. I've run into that a couple of times against Ninetales, which is pretty annoying. But he actually just goes for Flamethrower. Even underneath the sun, I do have Thick Fat. Unfortunately, my light screen isn't up, so I don't take it as well as I wanted to. But I do take it, and I'm able to finish off Ninetales with Earthquake. Now, Jumpluff comes back in. It's important that I actually did not show him that I have Ice Shard this entire time, because I finally get to use it now, and Jumpluff doesn't get to do a single thing, even though Jumpluff is blisteringly fast underneath the light screen. Wrong. Underneath the sunny day. The light screen has no effect on Jumpluff's speed. I don't know why I said that. I can't outspeed the Arcanine though, but that's okay, because if he's going to want to take me down, he's going to have to take some Life Orb recoil, which means if I could just hit him, and that he does not, hopefully that he does not have the Morning Sun at least, then I can finish him off. Hostess, my physical wall, is not able to take a stab Sun Boosted Flare Blitz from Arcanine's great attack stat. But since he decided to do that, instead of letting me Toxic him, which I was about to do, thinking that he would use Morning Sun, he's actually going to go down to the recoil. So we have ourselves a double down. And those just feel so good. Even here in 2014, double downs just feel great, don't they? You just gotta love them. But that brings my last Pokemon to be Trevenant, actually. And I am really happy that I kept it healthy early on in the match, and that I was able to kind of scout what his Victory Bell was going to do, because if I had just switched out on the Encore, I would not have been aware of the capabilities of his Victory Bell. So he has Ferrothorn and Victory Bell left. We're just going to burn Ferrothorn. He can't use Leech Seed on me. There's no point in setting up entry hazards, so he's probably just going to attack. And Ferrothorn typically uses physical attack, so no reason to try to use Phantom Force when I can just burn it. Unfortunately, I can't burn Victory Bell, but since it is paralyzed, it is slower and the sun is no longer up, so we can't use Weather Ball. Weather Ball without any weather is just a normal type move with 50 base power, so he is relegated to Power Whip, which is exactly what I thought he had earlier, so that I am happy that I went through the trouble of setting up those Reflects, or the 2 Reflects I think that I had up. And Phantom Force is going to work out here because I'm able to dodge his attack, get some leftovers recovery, which will put me a lot easier to live a possible critical hit from Ferrothorn's Gyro Ball, and then finish off the Victory Bell. And then Ferrothorn's going to come back in, and of course I can go for Phantom Force again. He'll take the burn damage while I recover my HP while I'm gone, and then I can hit him. So it really is just a matter of what type of build is he, because if he's, you know, a really heavily defensive based build, I don't have any attack investment on my Trevenant. So he is going to take a little bit of burn residual damage there, and he actually is carrying Rocky Helmet, So me touching him is not a great idea, but fortunately I am able to take him out with a single Phantom Force instead of having to do it again. Because if that hadn't taken him out, then he probably would have put me near KO range if I had to touch him again. So if I ever get to battle that Passerby again, we'll probably have fun there. I had enjoyed that match. I actually didn't get a chance to use Zygarde that match, I just now realized that. So Zygarde was still my remaining Pokemon after Trevenant. Hostess didn't get a chance to do anything, and that's just kind of disappointing. Because anytime someone asks me where's the cream filling, I just want to show them a picture of Slurpuff. I don't know what connotation that has exactly, but it's still the answer to the question, really. Now, I don't actually have any announcements at the end of this video. I just have some cool pictures for you all. Thank you all for sticking around and for watching my content. Like I said, I plan to be back on schedule starting this week again, so there might be bonus uploads here and there, but at the very least you'll have your Tuesday, Friday uploads as usual. And I have some interviews going on this week in different cities, so definitely have your fingers crossed for me there. Whether I get those jobs or not, maybe they'll lead to just new connections and meeting new people. So I hope you all enjoyed this battle. I hope you all have a great week. Since it is Tuesday, you have a long week to go. Over here it is diamond dusting outside basically, because it's snowing, but it's so dry that it's like right after Shiva snaps her fingers and there's just like sparkly things in the air everywhere. It looks like that outside. It's kind of weird. Still very cold for Alabama though. But outside of all that, I hope you all are having better weather where you are. I know most of the US is in winter-esque type weather right now, unless you live in California, and then you're having a drought, and then the rest of the world is kind of experiencing kind of odd weather patterns as well. So wherever you are, go build a snowman, or at the very least stay warm. You'll have a great week, and I will talk to you all later. Bye now.